Before there was light, there was chaos. From the void came earth, sky, and sea, and with them the seeds of power, ambition, and destiny. Among those who would rise from this eternal dawn, one name would echo above all others. A name whispered in fear, worshipped in awe. Zeus, the thunder that ruled Olympus, the storm that shaped the fate of gods and men alike. The birth of a god. Zeus's story begins not in glory, but in terror. His father, Cronus, king of the Titans, feared a prophecy that one of his children would overthrow him, just as he had overthrown his own father, Uranus. To prevent fate's hand, Cronus devoured each of his newborn children the moment they entered the world. Hestia, Demeter, Hera, Hades, Poseidon, swallowed whole, imprisoned within their father's endless darkness. But when Rhea, Zeus's mother, gave birth to her youngest child, she could no longer bear the horror. She hid the infant in a cave on the island of Crete, replacing him with a stone wrapped in cloth. Cronus, blind with paranoia, devoured the stone without question. Hidden among the mountains, Zeus grew strong. Nursed by the goat Amalthea, protected by divine nymphs, his cries were drowned by the clash of shields as the Curetes danced to hide him from Cronus's ears. He was raised not as a mortal child, but as destiny incarnate, the storm born to end tyranny. The war of the gods. When Zeus reached manhood, he sought out Metis, the goddess of wisdom. She brewed a potion that forced Cronus to regurgitate the children he had swallowed. One by one, Zeus's siblings returned to the world, fierce, vengeful, and ready to reclaim their birthright. Thus began the Titanomachi, the greatest war the heavens had ever known. The sky cracked with lightning, the earth trembled, and oceans boiled as Titans and Olympians clashed in an age-long storm. Zeus hurled his thunderbolts forged by the Cyclopes, while his brothers Poseidon and Hades unleashed the fury of the sea and the shadow of the underworld. For 10 long years, the battle raged until the Titans fell, their power shattered. Cronus was cast into Tartarus, bound in chains deep beneath the earth. And from the ashes of that chaos, Zeus rose as the king of a new order, the ruler of Olympus, the master of thunder, the father of gods and men. The Lord of Olympus with victory came structure, a divine hierarchy that mirrored the balance of the universe. Zeus took to the skies, commanding lightning and storm. Poseidon claimed the seas, deep and unyielding. Hades ruled the underworld, silent and eternal. From his throne atop Mount Olympus, Zeus watched over gods and mortals alike. His word was law, his will, fate. Yet even as he ruled with wisdom and might, he was not without flaw. He was a god of dual nature, both protector and punisher, wise yet wrathful. To mortals, he was the bringer of justice, guardian of oaths, and father of kings. But his passions often led him astray, for Zeus's heart was easily stirred by beauty, both divine and mortal. His countless loves birthed heroes and demigods. Heracles, born of Alcmene, Perseus, slayer of Medusa, Helen, whose beauty sparked the Trojan War. Through them, Zeus's blood flowed across ages, shaping destinies, empires, and legends. Power and paradox, Zeus's thunderbolts were more than weapons. They were symbols of authority, of divine judgment. When mortals grew arrogant, he reminded them of their place. When gods defied order, he unleashed his storm. Yet behind his might lay a deeper truth. Zeus's greatest power was not his lightning. It was his ability to balance chaos and order, mercy and wrath. He presided over councils of the gods, settling disputes between immortals. He listened to prayers, offered omens through thunder and rain. In every flash of lightning, the ancient Greeks saw not just nature's fury, but the living will of their king. And yet, even the greatest of gods faced challenges that no thunder could quell. For every victory, there was rebellion. For every order, defiance. From the cunning of Prometheus, who stole fire for mankind, to the pride of Hera, his queen. And eternal rival, Zeus's reign was one of eternal balance, love and conflict, justice and jealousy, creation and destruction. Symbolism and Legacy. Zeus became the embodiment of divine authority, the ideal of kingship. His eagle, ever watchful, symbolized vigilance. His thunderbolt, the instrument of judgment. His throne atop Olympus, the seat of cosmic law. But beyond these symbols, Zeus represented something greater, the human struggle to understand power itself. He was not perfect, but powerful, not always just, but always supreme. Through him, the Greeks saw that even the divine carried flaws, that greatness was not the absence of weakness, but the ability to rise above it. In temples across Greece, from Olympia to Dodona, his name was carved into stone, his stories whispered in prayer. For centuries, people looked to the heavens and saw not just lightning, but the living breath of the King of the gods, the eternal storm. And so, when the skies darken and thunder shakes the world, it is said that Zeus still speaks, not in words, but in storms. His reign may have faded with time, his temples crumbled, his worshippers long gone. Yet his presence lingers in every flash of power, every rumble of authority that echoes across history. For the gods of old were never truly forgotten. They live in us, in our stories, our ambitions, our thirst for greatness. And among them all, one name still reigns supreme. Zeus, the eternal king of the storm.